Kansas City Royals going up against the Chicago White Sox. Well, this place is ready. We'll be right back to get this series started in just a minute. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, the stage is set for what should be a really good game one as this series gets underway. Introductions wrapping up down on the field, and first pitch just minutes away. About to get started here for game one. And pitching in this game, Charles Bean. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
Boog, he brings a ton of confidence with him to the mound. He's looking for good at-bats and a few runs from his teammates, and he's hoping to take care of the rest to make sure they come away with a win. If he's on in this one, it's going to be a real uphill battle for everyone else.
Comes up empty.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side into first. Royals go down 1-2-3. Time for the White Sox to go to work. No score. This is the American League Division Series on the show. Back at right field. And towing the slab in this one, Tim Gildehaus. How about a scouting report on him?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed difference. Differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Strike 2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Got him swinging.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Just missed it.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall and make that play. And it's a lot easier to watch from up here, because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Can't connect on the curveball. Struck him out. We head to the second on the south side. No score. Game 1 of the division series. And now the center fielder, John Nix.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
Swing and a foul out of play. You know, one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. Wasn't really known for his bat, but he hit a walk-off homer in extra innings in Game 4. It tied the series and was a huge momentum swing. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And a good start to the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Yeah, that's fouled off. And that drops in for a strike. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Nix on at first. Nobody out.
Ooh, he missed a mistake right there.
And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boone. Electric stuff from the jump. There's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
Got him. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here in Game 1 of the ALDS. Fans another, and that's 3. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the veteran first baseman, Stephen Kim. Swings through that one out in front that time. Gildehaus, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a curve, a changeup, a cutter, and he works in a slider. To first, and a quick out number 1. Now, Lee Fulton. Just missed. No score here in the second. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside. Ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Dan Gomez at the plate now as he chases after that one. Line drive. Nix pulls it in on the run. Here on the south side, on to the 3rd inning. And to the plate for Kansas City, Kevin Weinstein. Bean back to work. Foul ball there. Weinstein goes 5 feet 11 inches in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he's a former Gold Glover in the American League. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there in the mound.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success Trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Emil Gonzalez in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Around first, heading for two. And that's a two-bagger.
Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Gonzalez, the runner at second with one away. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Fought off foul. Man on second, two down. Into center. And a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's 1-0. And the batter now, Johnny Little. And that one hammered. And a foul ball. One run across in the frame so far. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. On the ground to the left. They get the force. That's the third out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. Set for the bottom of the third. And the batter will be the shortstop, Luke Hutchinson. That's in there. That's strike one.
You know, these White Sox definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These batters are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
On the ground, Hogue. He takes it on his own, and a couple of quick outs. So digging in, Virgil Cestaro. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. He caught it behind his back. The throw, nicely done for the out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now here is John Nix. And the first offering, a fastball for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing around either. All 3 pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Campbell batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Base is empty, one away here in game one of the ALDS. Swing and a high fly ball right field. O'Leary makes the grab, and there's 2 down. Henry Carmona, the next to hit, struck out looking and dispersed it back. Fouled off left side. And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. KC down in order. They lead it 1-0. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Brian O'Leary. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
On the ground right side, and it goes just foul. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. And it's a leadoff double for their first hit of the game.
All over that one right there. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases.
And up next for Chicago, Matt Sanchez. Flied to right his first time. Throw to second, save.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
No balls, 2 strikes.
White Sox down a run. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
So up next for Chicago, Nicholas Stallings.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Fastball is outside. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Way outside, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. White Sox down a run. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then buried that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
At the plate, Stephen Kim. This one lifted in the air, left field. Brings it in, and that is the inning. The White Sox lead 1, and it remains 1-0. Welcome back. Quite the pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Sends it to first. One away here in the fifth. Kevin Weinstein steps in for the Royals.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
The other way, and foul ball.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the third or fourth pitch of just about every at-bat.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. One out, bases empty. Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Fights it off. He'll see another. One down, base is empty. Cut on and miss, struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate, and I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
That one ripped. That's bad. Out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. It's 2-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
So the batting order turns over. Jonathan Stoddard will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. Down the line, O'Leary flying after this one. Fielding for the wall, makes the catch and foul ground.
Oh, man, amazing catch to end the inning. As a former outfielder, I'm feeling proud right now. Saw the wall, didn't get afraid, held on to the ball.
Game 1 of the division series. And here's the catcher, Lee Fulton. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. This one high in the air to left center. Nix puts it away, and there's one down.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here's the second baseman, Dan Gomez. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
Right through there for a strike.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Hutchinson in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Well, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Royals 2 and the White Sox nothing. Back here on the south side, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Mason Plank. Bean back to work. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
playing. Measures 5 feet 8 inches, 195 pounds, and they traded for him earlier this year. Swings here and blasts one left field and out of here. And they add to their lead. It's 3-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
Back up the middle and a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. To first, might be 2. To second, there's 1. Return throw gets him at first. It's a 3-6-1 double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
So up next, Christian Campbell. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Tatum going back, and it's out of here into the home bullpen for a homer. That one felt good. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 4-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Henry Carmona steps in for the Royals. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Charles Bean will depart, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment. The new pitcher in the game, Phil Oakley. He's into the game with the bases empty. Ball one there.
No strike.
Into center and a base hit. And that extends the inning. And next up for the Royals, Thomas Hogue. And first offering is fouled off. Hogue matched a homer in his last game. And a swing and a miss there. 2 runs across in the inning here in game 1 of the ALDS. That one is absolutely belted, and this one looks like trouble. Coming home. He will score.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Kevin Weinstein steps in for the Royals. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that's in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Headed towards the corner. And that's a fair ball. Runner from second crosses the plate, and it's now a 6-run lead. Not in time. He's got a double. So man aboard. So up now for Kansas City, Emil Gonzalez. He's already homered in this game. There's a strike. In there at the knees.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be
It's off his shoulder, eats him up. Weinstein around third. Now a long throw home. He's safe. It's 7-0. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
So the Royals batting order turns over. Stepping in, Jonathan Stoddard. Right through there for a strike. And a swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Inning over. Although plenty of damage done. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-0. Here on the south side, here's the left fielder, Travis Taylor.
Number 36.
And that one is lifted in the air. Gonzalez should have this one. And there's one away. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Virgil Cestaro steps to the plate for the White Sox. Grounded out his first time up. In the air, center field. Nix settles under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 1.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Brian O'Leary steps to the plate for the White Sox. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Strike 2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Goes down looking. Nothing doing for the White Sox. They continue to trail 7-0. We go to the top of the 7th and to the plate for Kansas City, Mason Plank. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Well, these Royals, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
1 away.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
And now the right fielder, Johnny Little. 1 for 3. There's a swing and a drive. And foul ball. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Cestaro puts it away for the out. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, number 8.
2 down, bases empty. And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. John Nix. That's towards center. Sestaro under it. He makes the grab, and that is that. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. And they're on the board. It's 7-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
And now it's going to be Nicholas Stallings.
You know, these White Sox, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. One thing that stands out looking over the numbers is the amount of outs they have on the first pitch of the at-bat. They've given away too many at-bats with easy outs.
So now it's the four-hole hitter, Stephen Kim. Well, with the shift on, hits right into it, and he's out.
I'd really like to see him make an adjustment. Get more patient and start waiting for that right pitch. Not just the first pitch. I think that could make a big difference in this one.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this. Man at first. Now it's the second baseman, Dan Gomez. And first offering is fouled off. The Royals up big in this one here in the late stages of game one. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. Sox get one on a homer. It's 7-1. Campbell, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
2 up, 2 down. And next up for the Royals, Thomas Hogue. On the ground, out to short. Whips it across, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Royals 7 and the White Sox 1. Bottom of the inning, and now Luke Hutchinson. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now the left fielder, Travis Tatum.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And there's a foul ball. The White Sox with a lot of ground to make up here in game 1 of the ALDS. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. Here's the center fielder, Virgil Sestaro. And it's fouled away.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
And he swings through that one.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Next pitch is outside. In the air on the infield, Campbell. He's got it. 2 down. And the Royals. So the Royals bring on a new arm, Larry Zimmer.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters. Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
And ball 1. There's the strike of the knees. Next offering is downstairs. Right side, and that's just foul. The next offering misses. Ball 3.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Now batting.
So now it's the White Sox DH, Matt Sanchez. He's already homered here in this one. That one ripped, but foul. Two outs. He swings and fouls one off. And that is downstairs. 1-2 the count. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Charlie Smith up and throwing. Escobar also throwing. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in. It's 7-2. Nicholas Stallings digs in now. 0 for 3 in this one. That one to first. Pogue takes it himself. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's 7-2. All set to start the 9th in this one. So up now for Kansas City, Kevin Weinstein. There's the strike. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Headed down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. In the air, left field, down the line. Yeah, a foul ball. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight bat.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
That's to 3rd, Stallings. And a couple of quick outs.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Stoddard stands in now and watches strike 1. This to third. Stallings. Over to first. And that's the third out. No runs, no hit. Miguel Escobar gets the ball now. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Stephen Kim.
Number 19.
That smash towards center. Nix brings it in. And there's one down. And now the catcher comes up to him, Lee Fulton.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Tap foul at the plate.
Unless things start to change, the pressure tomorrow is really going to be on this home side. You can afford to lose game 1, but you can't go down 0-2 at home. So they'll need to forget about this one. Quickly.
On to first. 2 up, 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. Here's the second baseman, Dan Gomez. Right back to him on the mound. Throw to first. That'll do it. And the Royals take game 1 of the series on the road.
Winning never gets old, but it's also important to come out and play with some level of a fear of failure. That's what brings out the best, knowing that if I don't bring it today, we can lose. And nobody likes to lose, especially when you work this hard to play at this level. Nice win today.
Your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.